Okay, so this is going to be to help you with your displacement and velocity practice for displacement and velocity practice 3-3. Okay, number 12. So the following data was taken during a student's experiment with an object moving at a relatively constant velocity. Use the data to create a position time graph. Okay, could easily just be a distance time graph, same thing. Okay, so if you're doing this on paper, you'll do it on this, as you can see down here, the graph down here. If you're doing it on the computer, you'll be doing it on Desmos. Okay, and I'll walk through how to do that. So be sure to include the line of best fit. Okay, and I'm going to show you how that works and how you're going to do that in Desmos. After the graph is complete, use your best fit line to calculate the average speed, okay, or velocity, but we call it speed because there's no direction, right, of the object. Show speed calculations below. So if you are writing it out, you'll write them out down here, and if not, then you'll do it on the document provided. Okay, so as you can see, we have a table here. The table has time, okay, in seconds, and position or distance in centimeters, okay? And so remember that time always goes on the x-axis and position or distance always goes on the y, okay? And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this down and minimize it, bring it over here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this guy so we can see both of these as we go, okay? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to this little plus sign. It says add item, and you're going to add a table, okay? And then what you're going to start doing is putting these numbers for X into the X column and these numbers for Y into the Y column. And so we go 0.0, 0.0, and I'm just hitting the tab button to go down to the next one. 1.0, 8.0. Notice that I'm doing 0.0, and that's just because sometimes it makes it easier when you get to something like 2.4 that you're continuing to give the decimal place. You don't necessarily have to give the decimal place on this if there isn't a decimal after it. 16.0, 3.6, 24.5, 4.9, 31.5, 6.2, and 40.0. Okay, and so now we have all the data we're going to need here. So I'm going to get rid of this guy and I'm going to maximize this screen. Okay, and if I move this around, you can see that these numbers are all plotted up here, right? They're all plotted up here. But we're not going to need this we don't need all the negative spaces there. And so the next step we have to do is we have to go over to the graph settings, this little wrench, and click on it. In the graph settings, what you're going to do is instead of negative 4.575, you're going to highlight that. You're going to put a 0, okay? And you'll notice that immediately over here, it brings it to the 0 on the X column, okay, on the X axis. Now on the Y axis, notice here, as soon as I hit 0, it brings it up. So now all you can see is the positive stuff here, okay? Now the other thing we want to do is we want to actually make it so we can see this. Now if you take a look at the X column, the highest number we have is 6.2. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 7 there, okay? And down here, the highest number we have here is 40, okay? And so I'm going to put 45, okay? So, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit a 1 for step here, 1, okay? Hit that radiance, click on that. Now we can see all of our points in our graph, okay? Now this is great. Now the next step though we need to figure out is our line of best fit. And so we go to the next line. We've got 1 here. Now we're going to go to the next line. We're going to do a new formula. We're going to click on that. Now it's really important right here that you see the keyboard. You're going to use this keyboard, not your keyboard that you have in front of you, okay, on your Chromebook or your laptop. You're going to use this keyboard, Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, hit the ABC and click Y. Okay, then you're going to go to this A with a B subscript, and you're going to click that because we want to be able to put a subscript in here. Then you're going to hit the 1, 2, 3, and you're going to click on 1. Okay, now we want to go back up, okay, from the subscript category to the regular line, and we just hit on your directional pad, hit up. Okay, you notice that it went up there. Okay, and click on ABC. Then we're going to go over to this little guy right here. This is the about. Because remember that this is a line of best fit. It's not an exact thing, right? So we're going to click on this. Okay, then we're going to put MX, and then right here you're going to click on this little guy again, the A subscript B, and you're going to go to the number, and here's where the magic happens. Okay, watch after you click it, watch what happens. There we go. We get our line of best fit. Okay, so you can click back on hide keypad, and now you can see your line of best fit on your graph. Okay, then what you'll do, okay, from here is you'll take 2 points along the graph. Remember that it has to be where they intersect along the line. So we could take this point right here. We could take this point right here. Well, not really there. We could take this point right here. Could take this point right here, and then we use the slope formula to find rise over run, and we can get the slope of the line.